Thank you. How's it going, everyone? My name is Ryan Moore, and this is the Game or Die channel. And today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be playing around with building this stupid arcade cabinet. And I don't mean actually stupid. I think it's actually pretty cool. My wife was the one who allowed me to get this thing the other day. It's been sitting in the basement for the last few days, and I've really wanted to do something. Yeah. I want to do something a little bit different, so I've got a couple different camera angles that we'll switch to throughout this stream and stuff like that, but I want to build this thing, and I figured what better way to do it than with, you know, a stream. So I've got you in my ear. All the chat messages just go directly. I can also see them on my tablet as well. Yeah, so this is... It's a little bit weird. The company called Arcade1Up that makes all these different cabinets, like the Blitz one, they've got, like, I think at this point about 30 to 50 different arcade cabinets, and they're smaller in scale. They don't actually have, you know, the full big arcade cabinets. They are licensed, and they kind of build new ones depending on what license they have at the moment. This is actually a Midway, like, collection, but they use the Mortal Kombat, you know, vinyl outside stylings for that. So I'm gonna kind of just tear it open. We're gonna get started building this thing. This might take an hour, it might take 2 hours, who knows? That's right. So I got my handy knife here. Always, always, always have a knife. And we're just going to cut this open. And I put this Blitz one together last month. So this is the second one that I'm going through. So I already kind of have an understanding, a general understanding of how long this should roughly take. I did it in between breaks over the cast. Counter-Strike, that's right. Man, I have not played Counter-Strike in years. I downloaded the new Counter-Strike 2, but I haven't played it yet. The last time I played Counter-Strike was probably in 2007. It was the last time I played Counter-Strike. It's been a while. I used to play it in college a lot, but once I got out of college, moved on. I moved across the country and stuff, and so I just did not have a lot of time to play that game. And then all my friends kind of moved on, so I don't want to play with randoms most of the time. It's not something I find enjoyable. They tape these things up, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane how much. And, oh, that's right. They also glue this stuff down. This, at least 100 pounds. At least 100 pounds. And they glue and staple this cardboard together. It's just kind of insane. So we'll see how it goes. But I was just going to ask, how is your God of War stuff going? That's incredible. 4 different God of War games in the span of 1 week, man. Whew, that's a lot of gaming. That is definitely gaming. All right, there we go. Stuff open. Oh, yeah. There's definitely some stuff going on here. I'm going to have to stand up for this. God of War 2 and God of War 3. Wow. Well, that'll be fun when you get to it, for sure. Also, I am not a stickler for boxes. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you got to protect and save the box and all. No, I am not like that anymore. I can't deal with big boxes taking up too much space. I already have tons of stuff taking up more than enough space. All right. We'll open this up at some point here. Man. They really pack this stuff tight, but that's cool, you know. I'd rather have it packed tight. Yeah, you don't want to burn yourself out, for sure. Dude, multi playthrough is going to be rad. I'm excited for you to start that. All right. Let's see if we can now glue those places, but we can get these tabs out of the way. That'll give us a little bit more leverage. If you're in the UK. Man, the hardest part of the entire process is actually opening it up. There we go. Get that done. I will definitely be having to make a dump run and take all of this trash out to the dump at some point this weekend. Yeah, it's not supposed to. So part of the reason why I didn't start at 2 o'clock is because my wireless mic is having issues, and it happened right before the stream started. So yeah, if the mic cuts out, I've been trying to work on it for the past like 3 hours. So this is the best that I got. I think I just have to ship it back into the company, Rode, which they test. All my stuff is Rode. For whatever reason, this really having some issues. And it's brand new. This is the first time I've used it. Okay. Unlocking costumes. How many costumes are there? Because I don't remember. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, that should be working. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Yeah, that should be working now. Let me know if it's not. All right, cool. Cool. Thank you for letting me know, man. That oh, this wireless mic is such a bummer. All right. So here is the bag with all the screws and then the pops to the joysticks. That's the one thing is a lot of people when they buy these things, they play them and they go, I'm not having as much of a fun of time because the actual like control panel, the buttons and the joysticks are just actually really, really bad quality. So people spend, you know, like another couple $100 after they've already spent $500 or $600 on this stuff to up the control panel. And it's just like, just make it with good quality. People will pay for good quality, you know. Shipping out on that stuff and then making them have to spend more is just unnecessary. It sucks. All right, let's get this stuff out of the box. All right, so here is the side to it, and there's a ton of foam and all that fun stuff and styrofoam, but there's that. We'll get that squared away, put off to the side, get these big boxes out. right, and then the manual. There's the manual. Always save that stuff, like the manual, like, it's always worth it. Oh, 30 costumes. Okay, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, that is a lot of costumes. All right. Let's see what we got here. Power for different countries. Yeah, I've got a few of them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6, and they're not all on right now. And the big one, this one over here, the bulb is, so I have to find another bulb. Okay, here is the English one. And then here's the actual assembly instructions. I think this is just like how to play the game and, yeah, controls and all that fun stuff. So this is the only one we need. We throw this stuff back in, and then we put it in our toolbox with all the other manuals for safekeeping. All right. So let's start. We're going to need a screwdriver. When you build stuff, use power tools. It is so much better. It makes it so much worse. That's right. Step-by-step instructions. All right, so starting with number 1, we need to get the G piece, get a couple of the dowels that are in the baggie, and put them in. And that's going to be this might be the riser. I think this might be the riser. And the riser, so there's usually 2 parts to these arcade cabinets. One is the actual big, gigantic piece. And they also have a little box, and I don't know if you can see it here down here with the Blitz cabinet, but there's a little box that this thing stands on. This is just this high. This cabinet is about 4 feet high, but this adds another 1.5 feet or so. The risers do, and most of the arcade cabinets don't come with them. So it's nice to be able to have a little extra step. All right, so we need to find piece G. We need to find more of this stuff down here. These are just the 2 pieces. Yes, so these are brand new ones. These are basically more consumer friendly. They are all on free play mode. They're actually, most of them are Android based. So they have an Android piece of hardware in them licensed to play, the games that are built in on it. Real big arcade cabinets like the ones that I used to have, those do require either tokens or quarters, depending on where you live and how it was converted. So they would convert all these arcade cabinets into basically their own privatized token. So like we had a bunch of different ones. We had like Palace Park, Boomers, Scandia, and they all had their own tokens that, were different sizes of material. And if you didn't have the proper conversion kit, if you tried to put a quarter in, or if you tried to put a different token in, or like even a piece of metal like a slug, it wouldn't work. So if you don't have the proper tokens, when you buy the arcade cabinets, usually they'll come with keys. And they'll have keyholes or key slots right here that you would unlock and pull the drawer out. It's a bummer I don't have those anymore. But you could basically open it up, and that's where the change drawer would be, so that you can collect all the money and stuff like that. But there's a mechanism right behind the coin slot that you could either toggle, and you could just kind of push it if you had the key, or there's dip switches within the game themselves. Maybe we'll play some main games or arcade games later tonight, depending on how I feel. But basically what they'll do is they'll allow you to put it into free play mode. So there is a lot of arcades, maybe even bars, that will have free play mode enabled. So you go into the software of the game, and it's the bookkeeping menu, and you can enable free play, so that instead of costing coins, it's just always on. You never have to put in any coins. And so people would do that for, special events. Like if a company rented it out for like a business event or something like that, or a kid's birthday party, they would put everything on free play mode so that you didn't have to spend money because you're already renting the place out. So that's how that worked. And when I had my store, I had coins enabled so I could charge people money. But if I had my friends over for like rock band night or something like that, I would put it into free play mode and not charge my friends. I'm not going to charge my friends to play my stuff. But customers, sure, I'll charge them. That's how that worked. It was pretty fun. It was really enjoyable. Are these tied together? No, they're not. RR and RP. Man, there is so many. Okay, here's the risers. That's what I was looking for. There is so much to these boxes. There's a ton. This is going to take a while. This is an hour or two. Oh yeah, what's the good news on availability? I'm interested to hear. Because what time do my streams start normally? I start here at 11, and you're 11 p.m. and you're 6 hours ahead of me. So that's pretty late for you. Oh. Okay, that's cool. There is the marquee for that. And I have a little tortellini down here. I have my cat. Hi, Tortellini. You are covered in cobwebs. Let's see. Screen. Tortellini. Ugh. Test, test, test. There we go. Thank you. Anyways, there's a little Android box right beneath this piece of metal. This is the LCD screen. And so a little piece of Android hardware that gets attached to the LCD screen, and that's how the game is built. So the game is right underneath this piece of metal. I think that happens when I move around a little bit too much. Okay, awesome. Yeah, definitely. Sorry about that. I am in the US, so it does start I mean, it's still late, it's still a late night stream for sure, but yeah. There's G. All right, there is our first piece that we are gonna need. Sweet, awesome. So what I'm thinking of for tonight's stream is to start the new Friday game of the month, which is the Like a Dragon series. I know series is not a game, but I started Like a Dragon a couple months ago, and then they came out with Like a Dragon Gaiden, which is the continuation of Kiryu's story, which I care about much more than Ichiban. It's a lot. So right now they have Yakuza 0, through 6, Like a Dragon Gaiden, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, so there's another 3, 6 plus 3. And then last year they also released Like a Dragon Inshin, which is like a total side story. It takes the same character models and the voice actors, and they put them in like feudal Japan. So it's a completely different character, but it's the same guy playing the character, and it's the same character model for the game. They're just dressed in like feudal Japan clothes, and they're in a different time period. It's weird. Roughly, I think there might be another 1 or 2 that are like Japanese only releases or something like that. Plus they have like a bunch of other side games like the Lost Judgment series. So you have Lost Judgment and Judgment Eyes, I think. So there's another 2, and then there's like a zombie one. Yeah, like Infinite Wealth just released, I believe it was last week. And that is the sequel to Like a Dragon, which is, which came out in 2020. So I started Like a Dragon, which follows an entirely new character called Ichiban. And I got like maybe 8 or 10 hours into that game. But then Like a Dragon Gaiden came out, which was technically the real Yakuza 7. Because, well, no, because Game of the Month is whatever I want it to be. It's Game of the Month is supposed to be basically like something that I want the community to play and talk about, like a one specific game, like stay on topic. But with my other community that I was working with, they really just didn't really care. They didn't talk about it. So I was the only one doing Game of the Month, but like they were voting on it. And then I was playing a bunch of games that either I didn't want to play or that I already played before. And I was just like, I have nothing else to add. I already played this game last year. So instead, Game of the Month now is just kind of what I feel like. And I'm going to stream it and talk about it over the course of the course of a month. And there is the control panel. There is plastic underneath this that basically protects everything, and then there's like a cover, so it'll look a lot nicer and cleaner once I take everything out of the packaging. But that's the arcade cabinet panel. All right, we've unboxed everything. There's a lot here, but we'll slowly and surely get to it. All right, so what? Yeah, so basically the way that it's Game of the Month is going to go is I'm going to pick a game that I want to showcase over the course of the month. I'm not going to play it all the way through right away in like 7 streams in a row like I do with like Donkey Kong Country or anything like that. I'm going to focus one nightly stream over the course of the week to dedicate to a couple hours of going through that game. I might play some of it offline, you know, off stream, and then come back to it and say, hey, this is where I've been and all that stuff. So I'm thinking like Monday nights, I will be doing a Game of the Month stream. And so we'll go for several hours over the course of that stream, you know, and then come back to it the next week, you know, the next Monday, something like that. You can. It depends on if I actually want to do like voting or not. It really depends. Oh, is that coming out on in March? Princess Peach Showtime? Here we go. Okay. I forgot that game was coming out. Wow. We'll see. I don't know if I actually want to play Princess Peach. As much as I do enjoy most Nintendo games, Mario and we've kind of had a falling out of sorts. Not even that. It's just more that I'm kind of done with playing Mario games, you know, like the newer stuff. I think they're just a little bit more basic than I want to play. I need something more than what they offer. And the only time they offer something more is if you dig really, really deep into it, and I just don't find that much enjoyment. Oh, okay. These seem pretty small. These dowels seem pretty stinking small. Hey, yeah. That's fine. All right. If that's what it says. Some of this stuff, these wooden dowels are pretty thin. And they kind of just slide in and out. But once they all get put together, it'll all work. So, give me 1 second here. Oh, Mario and Donkey Kong, that's right. Did that actually? Well, it's the 1st of February. It's not released yet. It's releasing later this month, right? Okay, G is done. Let's kind of set this up over here so I have something to kind of lean some of this finished projects. Correct. Yes. Yeah, the fact that they put a new Princess Peach title out was that's just weird, man. It's not bad, it's just weird. I was not expecting them to ever revisit that idea, ever. It seemed like a one and done type of thing, and it was so long ago too. But, you know, there's a lot of these companies that are, they are revisiting old ideas because they don't have anything new. And not to say that's not great, but it's kind of not great. You know, you want new ideas, and I don't know if I really want like Nintendo to spend time on a Princess Peach game. That is not something that really interests me. But that first game was really good, you know, for what it was. Again, it's just not something that I'm really interested in, is playing a Peach game. Or as I like to call her, Princess Toadstool, because that's her real name. Okay, so these are both... What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Use the serrated part of this knife. If I had my scissors, but I don't right now. One second here. Just trying to do this safely because I don't want to cut myself and start bleeding all over stream. No one's going to like that. There we go. And as you do, you put stuff away and you clean up all the plastic pieces and stuff. It just makes it so much easier when it comes time to grab stuff. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. I want much more out of Nintendo than what they've been putting out. Not saying that it's bad. It's just the stuff that they've been putting out, except for Zelda last year, kind of not really interesting me all that much. Which one do I need? I need D. This is E. I need the other one, the one that fell. All right. This is the one that I need. Okay, and my mic's still working. Doing good. But yeah, I thought this would be a fun little thing. I could have done it over the last couple of days during breaks and stuff for work, like I did with the Blitz cabinet. Yeah, you know, I mean, I want Nintendo to do something new, not just kind of revisit the same old stuff. But if they do revisit the same old stuff, I need new ideas. That's why I really didn't like Mario Wonder at all, because it was just literally just Mario yet again. It's the same exact story, same exact setting, same exact everything, and I found it unbelievably unfun. All right, so G, and then we need 2 B screws. That's G. I like that they have the lettering on the packages, so if you need 2 screws that are labeled B, you know, you've got a whole package of that stuff. Makes it so much easier. I might have to pause in a moment. My cat is crying. I'm sure he wants to go upstairs, but he can wait. He can be fine for a minute. It's fine. All right. Well, there goes 1 screw. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to grab G. Oh, hi, Tortellini. Do you want to be on stream? No? Okay. He does not. He does not want to be on stream. He says, no, I want you to come over here and let me upstairs. None of those people know what they're talking about. They're all lying. Anyone who knows anything about a new Mario game is under strict NDA, period. Yeah, like I said, any of those people who are talking about leaks and rumors of games, oh, Nintendo is going to do a new Mario and it's going to be Mario Galaxy 3, like, they're literally just lying. That's all it is. They're just trying to get people to believe them or get fame out of lying, because they don't work for Nintendo. They don't know anyone who works for Nintendo. If they did, those people would not tell them because they don't want to lose their jobs. Okay, this G is going to face the back. The slot is going to face the back. Put it in. Slot is going to face the back like this, just like so. Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. If I'm gonna get an arcade cabinet, like, I'm glad it's a Mortal Kombat one. Like, I love Raiden. I think he's a really cool character. All right, so now what we do is we screw this in and then drill. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Just lightly, just so that it holds itself in place. That one is not going in. Why is it not in? There we go. That is why. There we go. And we'll tighten all this stuff up as we progress. Yeah, dude. That is pretty cool. Here, let me move this. Test, test, test. Test. Okay. Yeah, this mic, man. It really is. It's been a really rough go today. All right. You know what? We'll probably do this instead. Let's get rid of this. That lav mic is going in the trash. And we'll just do that. Does that sound better? I hate doing this. This looks terrible to me. This is very unprofessional, but if it's going to cause issues, you know. Sounds good? Okay, cool. All right, so we are on K, K, and L. And these are long, thin pieces. K, K, and L. All right, here's K, number 1. And we've got a couple more wooden dowels that need to go in. Four more wooden dowels. Yes. Yeah, I'm building literally the entire thing. These do not come pre-made at all. So, yeah, this is going to be a couple hours. A lot of people think, oh, you know, it can't be that long, but it takes really long. It's fun. I enjoy doing this stuff. I really like woodworking and building things. I've built a few coops for our ducks and our chickens and stuff like that from scratch. Workbenches and things. Like, I really enjoy it. It's just, it takes a long time. It takes away from the other things that I like doing, like playing video games as well. So, it's all a balance. Okay, so this is all just dowels. So we'll put completed step there. K number 2. Do another 4 wooden dowels. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything, feel free. I am going to be here for a while. Ask away. Anyone else in the chat, feel free to ask anything. I got you in my ear. I can hear you. Yes. What is the question? Give me 1 second here. Oh, this? That is the special edition of BioShock 2. It holds, give me 1 second here. Ooh. Oh, that did not feel good. This is the special edition of BioShock 2. And if you open it up, no, this is BioShock. It has an LP called I Am Rapture, Rapture is Me. And by LP, I literally mean a vinyl record. Also, another CD of the Sounds of the Lighthouse. So that's like all menu music and background music and all that stuff for BioShock 2. And then, I'm not going to do this right. Oh, all in for a 1. All in for a 1. But these are posters from BioShock 2 as well, like stuff that you see in game. But there's a really cool thing is it's blacklight posters. So there's hidden messages if you hold a blacklight up to it. So yeah, it is one of my favorite special editions that have ever come out. I love this thing. I should get the Songbird out here again. Songbird is in our kitchen. It's sitting on top of our refrigerator. The Songbird from the special edition of BioShock Infinite. All right, L needs 2 more. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. It's sitting up there. I have a few. I have at least four. They're not all sitting on the ledge where all my consoles are. I just have one copy of each, except for I think I have a couple PS3s and a couple 360s over there. But for the most part, I have one console of each over there. The other, like, random consoles and stuff, they're all in boxes in the basement. All right. Step 3 done. I don't know if I have my Jaguar or not still. I definitely blew one out. I plugged the wrong power inverter into it once, and literally smoke came off of a chip and burned it out and broke it, which I was super bummed about. K, K, and L. Okay, so L goes on the very bottom down here. K goes on the bottom with the nuts facing up. We gotta get J as well. So 3 D screws and 3 B screws. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of fun recording that. I was tired. I just got off of work, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna record a podcast. And I recorded that podcast kind of just like, I just kind of want to get it done because I was going to do it on Sunday and I just didn't have time. My throat started hurting. And so I just ended up recording it after work yesterday. I haven't edited it yet, though. I did. I read them afterwards. And so I kind of said it, and I need to edit that out of the actual audio podcast. But when I podcast, I just do it, you know, like I'm talking to a wall. You know, I don't do it in front of a camera most of the time. I've done a couple live podcasts, but if I start reading comments during the podcast, I will lose my train of thought, and half the podcast is going to be me going, So I really kind of want to stay away from responding to the comment section while recording, but I did look at everything that you said afterwards. And I liked how you disagreed with me on the quality of remakes, which I agree with some of your points as well. Okay, so we need to do these 3. L is on the bottom. No. L is on the top. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not going to just completely ignore you. I want to make sure that you understand. Oh, he's just recording and he's not looking at the comments right now. Let's move this stuff out of the way. This. The nuts go inward. Hand screw. And then we get the drill. Yes, I agree. What was it? The System Shock remake that just came out. That was a phenomenal remake, and it was one of the very few that deserved to be remade. Since it's PC only, one, a lot of players who only played on console never played it, and it deserves to be played. And then two, it is a really good remake. But I mean, like I was saying with the, Super Mario RPG remake that came out in November. I played through it. I had fun with it, but it's so similar to the first one. It's unnecessary. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to get off camera for a moment. There we go. All right. And then the other K. Yeah, they're not great, that's for sure. All right. I believe, let me just double check here. Yeah, it goes this way. Just wanted to make sure. All right, I'm gonna be right back. My cat is saying he wants to he wants to go. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Yeah, the Skyward Sword one, man, not great. All right, so let's see here. We got K, K, and L put in. Now we need J. That's going to go on the right. Yeah, different camera angle. Okay, where is J? That's M. That is B. N. Double R. Those are the risers. That can't be it. J. Is that possibly one of these guys? Let's check here. Now I gotta start searching for some of that stuff. It's a little crazy. Why? No? Puzzling. Let's just double check here. Oh, it's probably one of these. What song did that microphone picture remind you of? I got that at Ross about a year ago, probably. Oh, I do not know that song. I don't think I've ever heard that before. If it's new, if it's modern music, I probably haven't heard it. Let's move some of this extra stuff so that I have a good view of everything that I have. Yeah, I feel like I know I'm not missing anything. H and I. Which one am I? I'm looking for J. Weird. We'll come across it. We'll move on. We'll come back to it because there's still a ton of stuff to do on that one. This is the next one. So this is the LCD monitor, which, like I was saying earlier, has... Oh, wow, that's cool. Portuguese YouTuber who started, you know, actually making music and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay. All right, and these are going to be in the box for sure. So we're going to kind of angle that there, grab all this fun stuff, and start finding the other things. That's cool. That is super cool. I wish I had something like that. I wish I was musically talented. I really do. I am not, unfortunately. Is this F? Yeah, F. And then C. We need C screws, which I actually might need to go get another screwdriver, because power tools for these ones, when they're so small, bad idea. Okay, yeah, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of them, man. That's cool. I'll have to check them out, maybe after the stream, depending on how long this takes. Like I said, it takes a while, but it's not that bad. People are like, oh, it takes like 6 hours. No, it doesn't. If you follow the instructions, it's really not that hard. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and how many screws? 2 each, so 8. 16, wow. No, 8. Oh, there's a difference between taking the proper amount of time for doing something and then just not knowing how to do something at all and learning as you go. Which, I mean, like I said, you just follow, there's a reason why there's instructions. And like, back in the day, we didn't have a lot of these packages where, you know, you had labels for each screw. Like this says you need 8 of the C screws, and the package for the screws is labeled C. You didn't have that before. It was just, here's a big old bag of screws, figure it out. Now it's like, it couldn't be simpler. It just takes time. Oh man, don't be like that. This stuff is easy, and this stuff is fun too. This is working with your hands, you know, getting a little down and dirty, which, I mean, this couldn't be less dirty if you tried. This is just putting something together. It's not even really building. But I've been doing this, you know, my entire life, just doing crap like this. My dad would always make me go with him somewhere, go to the hardware store on a Saturday or something. The thing is, you can't really screw this stuff up. Like I said, everything has its own proper place. You're not, unless you really try. No, so that's the thing. Let me tell you about this. All these holes are already pre-drilled. You are not drilling any holes. They're already pre-drilled. They are already pre-drilled for the correct screw type as well. So if you try and use a larger screw and try and put it in, you're not going to damage anything unless you force it, unless you're actively pushing and driving it as hard as you possibly can, which you never do. You know, oh, that doesn't fit right. Let me try and figure something else out. Because it's much faster that way. I mean, they're already pre-drilled holes. I'm using a power drill, a driver, because it goes much faster. Instead of sitting here twisting this by hand like this, I can pull the trigger and done. So you're spending like quadruple the amount of time to do the same thing by hand instead of with the driver. So yeah, don't think that you can't do any of this stuff. Anyone can do this. This is a piece of cake. With these smaller ones, I'm doing it by hand because, one, they're much smaller. So if I start using a lot of power, it will instantly drive it in and then start camming out the screw head. And cam out is basically where you are applying so much pressure and torque that it like really messes something up. So you do it by hand in certain cases. Like these screws, and I know the camera is not great. These are the screws that I was driving with the driver. This is the screw that I'm doing by hand. You can see they're very, very different. Yeah, exactly. And again, if you take your time, you're not gonna mess anything up. You know, like, oh, I don't wanna mess this up, so you're careful. And for the most part, like, these are literally just holes. If you really mess something up, you could drill another hole right next to it. The only thing that I would say be very careful of is the actual screen itself. And you're not drilling any, again, you're doing it by hand, so you're not going to damage anything. Like you would have to be very, 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 very purposefully uncareful to damage this thing. Exactly, right? Yeah, see, you got it. You'll be fine, exactly. Have confidence. That's really what a lot of people lack, is the confidence. If you say, I can do this, you probably can. If you say, I can't do that at all, well, guess what? You just talked yourself out of doing something. I see that happen so much. There was this other Discord that I'm part of where I keep trying to tell this one person, hey, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, it's not hard. And they just keep going, no, I suck, I'm a loser, I can't do this. And I'm like, well, you're convincing yourself of that. Let's see here. Yeah, these things, I mean, they do take up a lot of space. They're wider and bigger than a single person, basically. So you gotta basically make room for something that big, you know, in the space that you have. And the space is kind of small. I built this whole studio, by the way, too. And I built it 11 by 11 in this room, and then the editing room I built 11 by 11 feet as well. And so I really wish I made it maybe just a little bit bigger on both sides, because then I would have a little bit more room for this thing. I have no idea where I'm going to put it. But that's a situation for future Ryan. He can deal with that. Yeah, it's a bummer. I really try to tell people, like, dude, it's this stuff you think that is hard. It's not. It just takes time, practice, and reassurance too. Like, there's a lot of people who just need that reassurance. Hey, it's going to be okay. And once they have that, they do a lot better. All right, so we need to flip this on its side like this. Move this over. We're going to take the protective covering off now because I don't want to. And that's the one thing about this stuff is they've got this plastic on here, but it's also under screw heads. And so some of that plastic sticks under it. And that's what I have on the other one. There's a couple parts where the plastic is stuck under the screw head. And I don't want to take it apart just to get a little tiny piece of plastic off. But I might have to. I think I'm going to. I'm gonna, if you're gonna do something, do it right. Take the time to make it look good. This is what a lot of people don't do, and it honestly bums me out when people just rush through something like that. Like, spend a few minutes, a few extra minutes to build it correctly. What do you mean by that? What do you mean it's going to go fun to annoying really quickly? Like the collecting or modding or what? What do you mean? Yeah, cable management. Oh, well, believe me, I know how that goes. So this is what I would highly suggest is invest in Velcro strips. I'll show you some. Do I have any in here? Should have some in here. Give me a sec. Yeah, here we go. Let me put the screw back in really quick. One second here. I do not want to lose this screw. Invest in Velcro strips. So, I have about 400 of these things. They are fantastic. I use them on pretty much everything. It's just colored Velcro strip. You can have black. I have a bunch of black and a bunch of red, depending on what it is. So I kind of color code my stuff a little bit as much as possible. Some of the Velcro strips during the pandemic were not very good. But let's say you've got a 15-foot USB extension cable like this. You wrap it properly. And then you take one of these Velcro strips, and it's actually colored on two different sides, so you can use it reversed if you want. So this is kind of more of a black, and it works. But they're already pre-cut and everything, and they're just wrapped around, so you get like 50 in a roll. And you basically just Velcro tie it nice and tight, so it's not going to become loose. And there you go. There's your cable management. One of the biggest things in IT that I learned was cable management, just spending the time to make all the wires nice and neat. And then you start Velcroing them in certain spots. So it's a little bit hard to see. I'm going to do this really quick. Watch this. So with this, with my drum set, I have everything Velcroed so that it's nice and neat and you don't have a bunch of stuff all messed up. There we go. If they are all, well, yes, it is. You have to get HDMI or depending, you just have to get video switchers. Depending on the type of cable and the type of console you have, you just invest in that. But that's, again, that's down the line. You don't have to worry about that stuff right now when you only have a couple. And that is only if you want them all hooked up at the same time. When you, if you want them all hooked up at the same time, it becomes much more complicated, but manageable. If you take the time, but it also is more expensive. But if you don't want them all hooked up at the same exact time, you can just swap out the cables, and that takes, what, 30 seconds? It's not hard, and it's free, right? You aren't spending any extra money on it. Yeah, that's the fun of a hobby, learning, man. You get to learn all this stuff. Yes, you could. If you really wanted to, you totally could. You just learn. You spend time reading other people's experiences and then trying them out on a small scale so that you're not wasting a bunch of money and you don't destroy something. But if you are spending the time and learning from other people's mistakes and experiences, you can get out without damaging anything. Okay, where'd that screw drop? Here we go. But, you know, stuff like this is fun for me. I really enjoy this stuff. I've always have loved taking things apart and putting things back together. Do it, dude. So that you can have a monitor so that you can kind of mess around with stuff more often. Is that what you're talking about? Like an extra one so that you can hook up a Nintendo or a PlayStation or something? Okay. Yeah, you could do that, dude. That's always fun too. Just kind of laying in bed and playing some games. That is always super enjoyable. You get that one? Oh, that was the first one, and I got most of it. Let's just take it apart. Yep. Nothing in there. Okay. Then one last screw here. Okay. Yeah, I really like putting things together like that once and then just leaving them be. I don't like moving my stuff around all that much. It's just the fact that I move so often in my life, it happens. There you are, screw. Yeah, I have one big table with one monitor, like a nice big one. Okay, here we go. So now you have to put the monitor in there, and then we're screwing it down with a couple C-screws. Here we go. And with the C-screws, again, we're going to use the hand screwdriver because doing it with the drill would be a bad thing. Mostly because I probably just damage it, and I don't want to. If I really wanted to make this stream crazy, I'd get a GoPro attached to my head so that you can see my perspective. But I'm not going to do that. That's too much. It's a little too much. find, there we go. There's the hole. Just gotta find the hole sometimes, man. Can you see me at all? That one's a worse camera angle for this. All right. Sometimes you gotta move everything around a little bit too. Just to get the proper angle. Some of these angles are not great though. A little bit hard to get the screw in. But if you take your time, you got it. There we go. Whew. Okay, one more screw. One more screw. There we go. Could probably be tightened down just a little bit here. There we go. All right. We're making some pretty good progress here. I'm going to take a quick break here, just get some water. I'll be right back. All right. So we've got steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6, all done. Now we need number 7, which is going to be B and M with a bunch of dowels and one last plastic container. So this, I believe, is M, right? Yes. This is M, which is the speakers. Yeah, no problem. Take your time, man. I'm going to be here building this thing, so no worries. Okay, wooden dowels in here and here. These wooden dowels, man, they're so loose. I don't like it. I need to have them just a little bit of a bigger diameter, so they fit snug in there. Not tight, not like I'm jamming them in there, but enough to where, you know, it fits. It doesn't just slide out. Like, I feel like if I put any angle on any of these. They're just gonna slide right out. Okay, and then B, which I believe is this, right? Yeah. And that is gonna be, well, before we do that, let's get that last plastic piece in the last C sections right here. There's our last one of those. And where's our C screws that I was just using? Where did those go? There they go. All down there, right on the knife. This is what I should be using, my screw holder. Going the right way? Out. Outward? No. Outward, not inward. $4:30. Did not realize it was that late already. Wow. Okay. And we just need some dowels for this to go in the sides. This is the next step, because if I'm not gonna put it in right away. Okay. Those go into B, and then, so if this is facing up like that, it goes up like that. That's how that works. Got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. So those dowels slide right into there. And then 2 more screws of the C variety. I'm just gonna take all these. Put that right in there. Screw this together. I don't think the Blitz cabinet had the same exact sound setup. I think it's a little bit different. It's been a month, almost 2 months. I think I built it, no, I built it right around, right before Christmas. Like the 20th or something like that. Like right before, 17th, 20th. It's kind of when I built that, I think. All right. So we got that. We still need some dowels in here. So need 4 dowels in the Mortal Kombat marquee. There's 1 and 2. 3. Hold on. 3 and 4. Okay. And then that's going to go with this section in front of and on top of there we go. How difficult is it? It doesn't seem like it should be that difficult. So that's gonna go like so. Just like this. Right, okay. I see how they want me to put it. Now that's gonna be a little bit hard to screw in, man, unless An empty CD, like an actual, like, old school CD. This might be a little tight of a fit. Oh yeah. Good luck finding an old empty CD. I don't even know where you buy that anymore. There we go. That fit. All right, what is the next step? H. H slides in right here. Okay. Where's H? H. Gonna be that guy, right? That's the guy we're looking for. Oh man, that's a little bit cheap. That's a bummer. Wow, they really scrimped on this. So, the way that these work, this Blitz arcade cabinet, this is a full piece of plastic that actually has 3 dimensions to it. It's basically exactly like an old school coin door. Like they have the coin doors and, you know, there's slots and stuff and the metallic. This is just a piece of particle board with a painted on logo of a coin door. There's no dimension to it. There's no plastic. That feels real cheap. That's a bummer. Like when I saw this, I was like, oh, you know, I mean, it's not real, but it's replicating something real, I guess. That, whew. Okay, so there's some beveled edges here. Beveled edge goes towards the front. Like so. And slides into this section. I believe. Yeah, because that's all gonna... Okay, that works. Favorite console of all time would be the Sega Dreamcast. I loved the Dreamcast. I think it was such a fun and unique system. The fact that it had 4 controller ports, the fact that it had a modem built in so you can go online and either surf the web. Yes, the Dreamcast. And then also it had, what was it? The modem to play online and download DLC. Like that was kind of the first time you could get DLC too. I remember Sonic Adventure, the first, I can't remember if it was Halloween or Christmas was the first DLC for that game. But basically, if you went online during that time, it would change the hub world in Sonic Adventure to Christmas theme. So there would be snowing, some snowman and Christmas trees and stuff like that. Change the world music. It was just really fun. But the DX cut was for... No, they had an Adventure DX, and then they had Adventure 2 DX, right? They did a DX for GameCube and PS2, right? For both the first and second Adventure games. It's been a long time. Again, I got it on the and PC, right? I got it on the Dreamcast, so by the time those DX versions came out, I was like, I already beat and played that game. I moved on years ago. All right. Yeah, I still need to find those J sections. Okay. Yeah, I'm either missed something or I misplaced a piece of board. We've got RP and RP, RR and RR. So that's those, and those are the riser sections. I believe this is part of the riser section as well. So that's all good. We've got this next section that we're gonna put together. Let's at least look at writing while we have the time. Just like that. There's the backing. And where is my, oh, here it is. There's where these were. They're part of the control panel. Oh, the one that you sent me the other day? Yeah, I literally don't know if it is for anything. The only thing that I can guess is that piece of plastic is there to provide some sort of jam for a possible, like, door swap trick. Like with the original PlayStation, you can do a swap trick for the tray where you would actually like hold down the mechanism that said, hey, the door is closed, but you could actually have the door up, hold it down, and then it would start spinning the disc, and then you could stop the disc, take the disc out, and then put in the burned copy to be able to play burned games on the original PlayStation. That's the only thing that I could guess is what that is. Okay, which ones are these? These are D, and I need 3 of them on both sides. Where's my D screws? Here they are. Yeah, at least you have 3 memory cards. All right, there's D. I just got to remember C is on the left-hand side of this this section, and then D is on the other side. I need 3 of them. We'll do this one first. Just a little bit easier, and I think that goes right there, right? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, man, I love doing that. I love being able to see your old saves when you load up an old system. Yeah. I did that back in 2020, right before the pandemic, maybe right around the pandemic starting. I hooked up my old original Xbox and I started looking at some of the game saves from the old original Xbox. And it was like, 2001, 2002, almost 20 years later. That's super cool. That is supposed to go up with the dowels, right? Yes. Yeah, up with the dowels. Okay. And you do that same thing on this other side. 3 of these, and the dowels need to go up. And again, the holes are all pre-drilled and stuff, so you would never have to worry about actually damaging anything here. Yes, it was. Yeah. Life was definitely simpler then. But I will say, I don't miss those times for the fact that I hated school. So, never having to deal with school ever again is definitely something that I'm very thankful for. All right. So, we're pretty much ready to put this other part of the cabinet on. And I believe that's what we do. And then we use the B screws. Well, that's good. Well, that is excellent. I wish I liked school. I did not like it at all. This is probably the hardest part of the entire thing, is lining up the dowel rods with the other parts. And they all need to kind of drop into place. And since you're doing it from the top, you're kind of not able to see anything else. So this is definitely the hardest part, I think, of the entire build. And so what I do is I just take my finger, kind of start nudging it into place, feeling around, but then your finger kind of gets a little bit smushed as well. Oh, well, I'm glad I did that, because that is supposed to go the other way. This might take a few minutes. This is the hard part. I think I need to get this section. Ooh, that came out? Okay. You know, I could probably do this. Probably drop a couple of these screws. Well, that sounds really nice. Sorry, I'm trying to get this set up properly. It's a little bit hard. Oh, one piece dropped in. Is that this? No, it's not. Whew. Oh, that's nice. I mean, it sucks that, they're all gone, the main, or a lot of the people, but that's nice that you still stay in contact with at least one of them. Okay, so we're gonna get that in so it doesn't slip out. Let's see if we can get this one in. Okay, yeah, that's there. Felt it drop. That's cool, man. That's really cool. Yeah, there we go. Let's just tighten some of these down just a little bit, just so it's in there, just so we have it. Yeah, and that's the way life is. It is very rare to have a very large group of friends later in life. Life usually doesn't pan out that way. You normally have just a handful of very close friends as you grow older. Okay, so the back is kind of at least secured. This feels pretty much secured, and so does this. But it's not. That top part is definitely not. Oh, dropped a few. those will drop in place. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. All right. Is that one down? Okay, so most of these are good except for this last one. Did it just drop in? I think it did. I think it might have. No, it did not. Okay. Hardest part of this entire build. Right here. And I actually might pick this up. Don't say that. It'll work out. Don't worry. I thought the same thing. Come on now. Get in there. Want to pick this up if I can. Whew. Okay, yeah. It's gonna be a lot easier if I can get a better angle at it. Ooh, that is not what I wanted to have happen. You can see the back of it there. I'm just trying to get these rods in position here. Just cannot. Don't worry about it. I was way worse. I was way worse. Don't worry about it. You'll get there. Here we go. There it is. And then we just drop a screw in here. There is one screw on the floor that I gotta grab. It'll all work out. Don't stress out about it. There we go. And there. Whew. Hardest part done. Now I just gotta screw it all in with the other screws. Let me make sure. Grab that. And I got another one down here. Okay, well that's good. There you go. That's a good way to think about it. So are your streams going to be more, yes, they are maracas. My wife got them for me in Mexico. They are genuine Mexican maracas. Oh, your streams, are they going to be a lot of the reaction videos and stuff, like reacting to other stuff? I checked in briefly this afternoon while I was trying to work on the audio stuff, but then I stopped because I was working on the audio stuff. And then the one, was it yesterday? I can't even remember at this point, with the history of video games. Okay, cool. Whew, all right. That should all be pretty much good. Oh boy, crap. Let's see, shoot. I might have to undo this to get the speaker cables out. just take these so that I can slide it. Not take them out completely, but just loosen it. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. No. You don't need to do that when you can just loosen it, get those ties off, and then put it back on. It is all about, and my wife has helped me learn this a lot, not overreacting to something happening. Just going, okay, taking your time to figure out how to do something properly. That is like one of the big key things here. Okay, so she is super awesome. I love her. It is, she definitely has helped me understand some things. Character flaws, perhaps, might not be the best word, but no, there is no moderator, just me. There we go. All right, let's tighten this up. We got both cables down. Oh, you know what? I might have made her mod. Yeah. I might have made her mod then. I've been doing so much stuff over the last couple of weeks. Some of it is just lost some of that understanding sometimes. All right. So that's all set. We got the majority of this all good. We did that, we did that, we did that. We're on step 16. Or is it 17? Hold on. There we go. Control panel time. All right. So just take the cable and hook it up. Okay. Yeah, dude, this thing is pretty much done. It's just final step stuff. That's the hardest part, is just kind of getting all these things put together and then screwed into each other. Once you do that, the rest of it's pretty easy. All right, so we're gonna take control panel board out of its package. Take the tape off. So yeah, this is what I was talking about with the protective cover. There's a little protective cover that goes on it. But for right now, we don't need that. Yes, it is a cable that this panel plugs into. Right there. Let's see if I can do it blind. Let's just make sure. Let's see if I can get this. I should be able to get this. There it is. Oh, come on, Ryan. You can get this. Not a hard connector to get. Almost. And there we go. It was just on the lip of it. That slides right in like so. And then you screw it in underneath, I believe. Almost. It's almost done. There's just a couple extra things here. Four B screws on protective cover. The protective cover, I believe, has a piece of plastic. on it, because it should not be like, I don't believe it's supposed to be like, it should be translucent. It shouldn't be like glossy. Yeah. There's one side one, and the other side was just kind of a little bit hard to get here. There we go. Yeah, it's translucent. So. Goes on like that as a protective layer. Then we get 4 more B screws. Slot them into the corners. Screw them in by hand if you can, so that they're locked into place. See, and again, driver makes it so much faster. It is. There's still the riser, so it's going to be as high as the Blitz cabinet. Because right now it's, you know, shorter than I am sitting, but then it's going to be as high as the Blitz cabinet is. All right. Put the joystick stuff up on. Clean up as we go, so it's easier to take to the dump. Butterfingers. Yeah, these joystick toppers are kind of garbage. They kind of suck. They're not very good. But these are more for aesthetic purposes and not playing as much. I'll play them every once in a while, but I can play with the bad toppers. It's really not that big of a deal. This, I believe, is a power cable. Yes, it is. So with the Blitz cabinet, I was moving it a few weeks ago, and after I moved it around, you know, from it was over there and now it's over here, I didn't realize it was plugged in still, and so I moved it and ripped the cable out, and I actually exposed the copper strands within the cable, this cable, so I actually had to fix it. So I stripped both of these off, so I cut it in half, or, you know, kind of about that length. Cut it in half, strip the ends off, the insulation off, and then solder them, because that's what I actually do for a living, is I actually teach people how to solder. Train and certify them to certain standards. And so that was something that I actually got to show on stream for work. I was like, you know what, let me do this live, and just cut, strip, and there you go. And they're like, oh, cool, yeah. So that was fun. All right. Okay, no problem. I'm pretty much done anyways, but yeah, dude, if you gotta take off, that's totally fine. So speaker goes into the bottom part, and then the power cable goes into the other part. And you can kind of see the back of this thing like that. So the speaker cable goes right here like that. This other cable goes here like that. And if I was going to, not yet, the back is right here. The back goes on last because you have to plug all that stuff in. Then, what was I going to say? Oh, so this is what I would do, is like to kind of talk to you about cable management and stuff like that, since you were talking about it. You basically learn cable management by just going, okay, where is all the cables, and then how do you group them and bundle them together? So I've got this this tie right here that I can just wrap all the excess cable around. So if I wanted to and make this nice and neat, this is what I would do. Is I'd get all 3 cables like this together and wrap it so that they all stay together. Give me 1 second here. Like that. And then do another one down here to kind of tie them all together so that you kind of keep all the cables together. That's what you're supposed to do. That cable tie is not what I would use because it's already been used by putting all this stuff together. Excuse me. I would use Velcro strips, this stuff that I was showing you. Cut them super small, get a little bit of Velcro, and you know what? That's what I'll probably do. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is how I would do a little bit of cable management for this. Let me get over here. So basically, I've got this roll of Velcro strips, and pull one off, and they're divided. Like, you can actually just pull the other part out, and it's got this part that is larger, so it actually feeds in to it, so you can create a loop. But I don't need that, and I don't need a ton of it, so I'm just going to cut a little strip. Normally when I do this with smaller amounts, I'll do 3 sections per 1 Velcro strip. So now, what I can do is I can take this, throw this away because you don't need that. Use the Velcro strip and wrap it so all those cables are together like that. Then I can take another one, get these together so that they're not all dangling. And get those together. And look how much cleaner that looks just by doing 2 Velcro pieces like that. Then this bottom part is going to go down in here and then get plugged in through the back there. And so now you have a little bit more. And if I really wanted to, which I probably do just for the sake of doing this on stream, is get this down here too. And if you want to actually learn something that we teach for a space, like actual zero gravity space instructions, you do Velcro strips at every separate multiple layers. Every spacing is of equal length. And that meets the criteria for different types of technology for reliability of cable management. So there you go. Now you learned something super special. And that's how you do cable management. You just take your time, make it look nice. And it becomes much more reliable and easy to manage. Now, this backing gets slid on here, but before we do that, we actually pop this bottom cable down. Push that in there like that. And there is the back. Now this back gets screwed in right here, and the cabinet's basically done. There's still the riser part, which I'll do. Let me just kind of organize some stuff here. And these are the E screws. There's G, that's for the risers. There's D and C cables. Here is our E screws. It's my all right. And I dropped a couple of the screws. That's fine though. Really, you only need 2. And to make this go a little bit faster, because I'm ready to be done with this, screw one in there like that. Screw one right here like that. And we're done. Now the cabinet is fully done and ready to go. However, we still need the risers. Whew, okay. These are actually pretty easy. This should go fast. Those up there. Get these over here, and then these 4 out. Just being a little bit careful so that I don't damage any of this stuff. They can take a proper beating, but why would I when I don't have to right now? Leave that for when we move. And these are banging around a car or a moving truck. Leave it for that time to get them damaged a little bit. Some minor wear and tear. We should be done here in about 15-20 minutes, hopefully. But I'm having fun. Couple hours. Done and done. All right. Last set of instructions. Oh no, the riser cabinet actually has its own set, right? No, it doesn't. 22. One single page for the whole thing. All the dowels go in, and then G and H. H is for the last 2 tabs. So G, here's our G screws. And then drop those in here. I don't need this. Let's get a little bit of separation there. And shout out to my dad who got me this rad rolly thing. This rolling mechanics cart. There we go. Okay. So we've got our dowels. Put them on, what is it? RL, RR, RP, and RP. Make sure I got this right. RL. This is RM. Hey, it's my initials. RL. And they go, let's make sure we know which one. Is it the top and bottom? I think so. Oh, they're only gonna fit into one hole anyways. So it is going to fit into the top, or the inside holes. I'm just going to do that one and this one. Yeah, we are almost done, and I am excited for this to be done. I really don't remember the dowel holes being that small on the Blitz cabinet, but I could be wrong. You know, I definitely could be wrong. But anyone can do this. This is basically like putting IKEA furniture together. It's completely instructions. You have all the tools, or at least the materials, not the tools. Okay. RL and RP. RP and R. Oh, L and R, right. So left and right. Okay. Which one is this? RO. And RM. RO and RM. And here's the other two. The last things that I'm unpacking. Yeah, we are on the home stretch here, which I am excited about. Very, very excited about. Put that here. Yeah. Let's put that there. It's going to be the hardest part, is getting this material off, this wrap off of this last piece. Isn't that the way it goes? It's always the last piece. All right. Here we go. So we get the dowels. The last few ones, man, some of these are tiny. They're not all the exact same diameter. Give the little tiny one as the extra. Maybe that's actually what it is. Maybe it's just an extra. They usually do that. They usually give you one extra of everything, just in case. All right. So RP, I'm looking at it, goes in the front. The other RP is in the back. Like so. And then we place RL. One second here. There we go. Just like that. This is actually kind of hard part too, just because of the angle of everything. And then we have our screws. And goes in there, just like so. Again, just a little hand tightening to hold it all in place. There we go. Then where is my drill? There it is. Piece of cake. Cool. This one's going to be a lot easier. Hopefully. As I say that and then have a hard time because I can't see anything. There we go. There we go. Piece of cake. Home stretch, baby. Whenever you screw stuff in, star pattern. Top right, bottom left. Bottom left, top right. Dino Dance, we are almost done. We are on the home stretch. All right. We got 4 more pieces to put on. And most of those are pretty easy. Yeah, I am excited about how this looks. I think this looks pretty stinking cool. Are both of these, this is the back, and that is the front. So we'll do the front first, or let's do the back first. Let's do the back first. Just so I have something to put it on. Make it a little bit easier for the last section here. How is your day going? Is it going good? I'm having fun putting this thing together. Oh, good. I am glad you are having a fantastic day. As am I. Had a little bit of a audio snafu earlier. Slowly working through some of that stuff, but I've been having fun building this thing on stream. Telling people, hey, this is not that hard. If you take your time, everyone can do this. this last screw in the back, and then we'll get the front, and then the little riser tabs. Put it on, plug it in, and start it up, man. We are on the home stretch. There we go. All right. Now for the front. The piece de resistance. Booyah. I'm not a fan of the front artwork though. It feels very cheap. It's not a good logo. It's super dark. It's not even embossed or anything. But other than that, very happy with this arcade cabinet. Now we'll just see how it plays. Is anyone having any good dinner plans going on? Because I don't know about you, but I think I might have to go get some Mexican food after this. That sounds pretty good to me. Where are those last two? They are right here. We just place them just like thus. These ones do require a little taparoo to get in there. Ooh, that would be fun. I would like to have some new stickers made. That would be really cool. I'll have to design it though. I don't know what type of design I would want. Maybe something like Norm, our little baby kitty cat, who's pretty much the most adorable thing in the entire world. Last two screws. No, Tortellini. Master Bruce went up pretty quick. And then Tortellini, he started telling me in very big words, very big meows, that he wanted to go back inside. He was not having fun. His face was definitely covered in some cobwebs. And with that, you're ready to lift this thing up and on, and we are done. Look at that. That was pretty fun. That was a pretty fun little stream there. Let's boot it up. What do you say? See what this puppy looks like. All right, so let's boot it up. 1 second here. Oh, I mean to get the plug for the US version. There we go. And it's plugged in. All right. Let's position this thing. And the moment of truth. There are on and off switches that do require. I think that should be plugged in. Let's see here. Oh, you did. Okay, maybe it just needed power up for a second. This might need to power up. Did it look... Oh, the top did lit up. Okay. Let me check here. There we go. There it is. All right. Audio is working and everything. All right. Well, how about a little joust? Yeah. Oh, this is fun. This is cool. I like this. It's working. Let's see how good at joust I am. I am bad at joust. I would love to get good like Percival from Ready Player One. Joust. Yes. Ooh. Yeah, if I could get like really good like in Ready Player One, that would be super fun. Ah. But I was never good at this game. I am playing it from the side, so. But hey, it works. That was a fun stream. That was a real fun stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, that only took 2.5 hours. That wasn't too bad. I estimated 2 hours, and you know, I was talking and chatting and stuff, and so that was a lot of fun. Ah, boy. And got a new arcade cabinet to show off. So, thank you so much for watching. I will be on later tonight at 11 p.m. Central, and we'll maybe play a little bit of arcades, and then do some Game of the Month, which is going to be the Like a Dragon series. I am in the middle of Like a Dragon, came out in 2020, and then see where I can go from there. I would really like to play Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, but we'll see. Those games are long. So who knows, but thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. I'll catch you on the next stream. All right, peace out.